Hi, Sandra Wilson here, clinical hypnotherapist. So have you ever noticed any of the following in your life? Feelings of intense emotional pain when you perceive being rejected or criticised. So for example, a group of colleagues at work go out for a drink and they don't invite you. So not making the first move in your relationship to show affection to your partner or to initiate sex. Not initiating contact with a friend, so you just wait for them to contact you. Taking things very personally, even when there's no evidence that it was intentional. Replaying conversations in your head, even ones you had weeks or even months ago, to analyse if you may have said something weird or wrong, or if you've upset the other person. Interpreting text messages or emails as being criticisms of you, especially if they are quite short and to the point. And it could be at work or they could be personal. So assuming that you are in trouble, that you've done something wrong, if the person you're with is quiet or seems a bit upset for some reason that you're not aware of. Deliberately avoiding relationships, especially romantic ones, because the thought of internet dating or asking someone on a date fills you with dread. Perceiving somebody's opinion of you or disagreement, perceiving somebody's opinion or disagreement as rejection and that you are an awful person. Assuming people don't like you when you first meet them or even after you've met them. Deep emotional pain when you're met with some form of rejection or criticism or even a failure that you perceive on your part, whether that's perceived or real. Having a panic attack, an intense feeling of anxiety over asking simple questions or giving answers to a question that was asked. Maybe that was at work or school or whatever. Losing friendships because of how you react when you perceive rejection, or because you feel that a friendship is broken beyond repair because you have been rejected or you've perceived that you've been rejected. Not putting yourself forward for promotions at work or speaking out in meetings. Struggling with taking steps to promote yourself if you're running a business, which could of course affect your income and your levels of success. And I'm not just talking about discomfort, because we all feel discomfort in all of these situations from time to time. I'm talking about emotional pain that is so intense that you feel panicky, tearful, and you ruminate about these things for weeks or months or even years. And if any of these ring a bell, if you've answered yes to any of these scenarios, it sounds like you are very sensitive to being rejected or criticised. And you are not alone. It is very common, especially in people with ADHD or some type of neurodiversity, autism, or even a history of traumatic experiences. And it can happen as a result of repeatedly experiencing rejection in your life, or just having a single experience of being rejected, which is quite memorable or bad, even just once. So it just doesn't feel safe, and your body responds by flying into a panic or a rage. And you are not alone, and it doesn't have to be this way.